yo. It's your girl, Jay. I don't know why I'm feeling silly. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for this new moon, dark moon in Aquarius that we are having. I'm going to be pulling from the Mystical Moments Tarot. This is the deck that I am currently obsessed with. Please don't make a mess. I've got to get some shelving. I've got to find a way to innovate and best organize my space and optimize my space. That could be a thing that's coming in for you guys. This new moon in Aquarius, I wanted to hop in and do this really as soon as possible because this has been coming up in my readings, with my clientele, my personal readings, a lot. This new moon in Aquarius, it's happening February 1st for most of us in the U.S. Check your time. It's happening at 12 degrees Aquarius. So go ahead, just see where the moon's going to be according to your location. And ultimately, Aquarius season is about having a glimpse into the future. It is a season to get serious about the future, to really start diving in and letting yourself dream, letting yourself create, letting yourself innovate, doing things today that your future self will thank you for. Now, Aquarius is over the 11th house, which governs friends, community, your collective, your hopes, your wishes. It is going to allow you to reach for and acquire friends in higher places. So who you surround yourself with is very much so highlighted. And in case you can't read it, it says, I don't smoke with racists. Speaking of lighted, if you got it, I wanted to roll one for this video, a tobacco cigarette. Wanted to do that, but I just wanted to capture the energy and just really be in the moment and allow myself to go with the flow. I didn't want to stop the flow of what I was doing in order to do that. And so honor your feelings, do what you want to do, hydrate, light it if you got it. Have a sesh with me though. I know that I'm really rapping with you in real time. Whenever you're watching this, you're getting this piece of me. And we're doing this together, and I very much so love hearing about you guys' lives and hearing from you and communicating with you guys. And it's really important for me, I want you to know, those of you who really rock with me, I'm working on the whole going live thing. I know that's a thing you guys need from me. I know it's something that I want to give to the collective, and I just want to do it the right way and come at it with a sense of consistency. So we can really expand and build this thing. We can do the damn thing. So know that live streams are coming, and that is something that we're working on, or that I'm working on. So this season is about the future, and it is an important new moon to get real about what you want with your future. Getting really specific about who you want to be around with, the caliber of person that you want to befriend. The caliber of person you want to share your body and your emotions and your mind and your energy and time with. And the things that and that's the thing, new moons, dark moons, this is the moon phase to manifest. You don't need to be manifesting all month. That's ineffective. That's not how this works. I love you, but just the more research you do, the more you'll know. And I feel like this new 444 on the clock, there is a new foundation that wants to come in, and it needs to be set upon a solid foundation. The bricks that are being laid here, it matters. And you needing to reach for information, for acquiring the right information, reaching for more. Stop acting like you don't know. If you don't know something, go find out. There's no excuse at this point for us to not be. You can just fucking Google, like, how do I have better emotional control? Google it at this point. There is like no excuse for not having the information or for not being able to like find tools or ways to do better. Because when you know better, you do better. And Aquarius season, the motto is I know. We went from Capricorn's I use to now I know. And when you know better, you do better. And the doing is reflected in Pisces season in the belief. And that I believe. All right, don't get me started. I'm already getting hyped. Okay. So, understand the seeds that we plant in this Aquarius new moon, dark moon on the 1st at 12 degrees Aquarius. What we plant here is so deeply connected to the future because of it being Aquarius season. This feels like a catalyst of some sort. This feels like you really building a firm foundation or platform. A foundation that you get to build a platform atop. And that platform is this place to just jump, beyond this current version of yourself. And understanding like you're capable of so much more. Your capacity is so much more vast than you understand. And the seeds that you plant in Aquarius, this Aquarius new moon, are going to start to germinate in the full moon in Leo on February 16th. It's like step by step. New moon, you plant seeds. Full moon, you release, you receive, and you harvest. That's what that's about. And so I feel like everybody getting on board with the cycles of things is going to be really important. Now, before I get into the questions, I want to explore, I got to hit you with the handy dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. And I want us to examine his interpretation of the 12th degree of Aquarius, which, it's a long one. But he describes it as a heated argument turns into laughter, tension and release, contraction and expansion, the breath of the mind resolving its dualities. The breath of the mind resolving its dualities. In order to make it possible for radical truths and significant realizations to come through, you must first karmically dramatize. Where do we go? In order to make it possible for radical truths and significant realizations to come through, you must first karmically dramatize inside the ego mind and outside as well, the unbearable tension between opposing points of view. Karmically dramatize the unbearable tension between opposing points of view. You enter upon disputes, advocate positions, set up heroes and villains. And then, when your whole inner and outer world is compacted with dilemmas, problems, arguments, and battles, you become ready to seek out synthesis, to enter upon a cycle of restoring wholeness. During your experimental years, spice means everything. I like that. During your experimental years, spice means everything. During your maturity, There is no further mileage to be had in turning anything against anything else. Getting it that you made it all up in the first place. And that the rational mind delights in controversy but has its limits. When resolution comes, everything looks different. All of life turns around. And most particularly, your relation to yourself changes from the critic into the friend and respectful ally of your own inward intentions. A respectful ally of your own inward intentions. Now, keep in mind, you can Google inside degrees, choose the 12th degree of Aquarius, and read this for yourself online. It is out there for the free, but I love that book, and I love handhelds. But some of his, he can write a run-on sentence, but his interpretations are just so beautiful and specific, and I just feel like it's a great way to start to dive into the energy that is being cultivated. I just saw 11:11 on the timer, so let's dive in. And it's interesting, I just saw the star. I just like split this, and it was the star, which is Aquarius, the 11th house. I'm telling you, the signs and synchronicities are going to start pop, 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 percolating. And, excuse me, and it's important, the Lovers. If y'all just saw my video that I just did on the union that is coming, the merging of Venus and Mars, the union energy that's coming, it's bringing those birds of a feather are coming to you. Y'all about to be flocking. For real. Seriously. But this card, the Lovers card, is a Mercury card, and Mercury is currently retrograde in Aquarius, and we've got to get our mind right, our thoughts right, our perceptions and our mindsets, our perspectives right, so that we can start to speak out confidently what we want. And getting our mind right is putting us in a position to really get our lives right, because we can start to really speak into existence the things that we want. So, y'all know how I roll. I do the dark side of the new moon, and because this is when the moon is technically at its weakest, its light is the darkest, and so there could be blind spots, and I want to look at and capture that energy, really tap into what we aren't able to see. So in regards to the dark side of this new moon, please show us, for our greatest and highest good, the truth about the company that we keep. Please show us the truth about the company we keep. I feel like some of y'all are in friendship situations that really fuck with your relationship. Or you have friends that don't want to see you in healthy relationships. It would take away from their time with you. That's not for all of you, but some of you, you know who you are. So I want to see what's going on about the truth about the company that we keep. First card out, the Three of Wands. You know who you need to turn your fucking back on. You already know. You know who you need to stop investing so much time in. There is something that is nudging you about getting practical about your passions. It's time to merge your passion with your practicality. You have things that you've set in motion, and your ships are trying to come in. But I do feel like some of you, I feel like you're in a position where your passion has almost consumed you in some sort of way, and I don't even mean it negatively. I feel like your passion and your purpose has put you in a position of power within your life, and you prioritize yourself and your purpose and your artistry and all that you're trying to accomplish. You prioritize that shit in such a way that some of you may be feeling like I don't keep much company. There may be those of you who don't have a lot of friends or aren't around a lot of people. And for some of you, it's not that you're not around, or excuse me. For some of you, it's like you're not around a lot of people, but for some of you, you're only around your romantic partner, or you're only around this particular group of people. It could be someone with Gemini, Virgo, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements. But the Fool just came out. There is a brand new beginning. Someone maybe with Aries or Aquarius placements coming in. I feel like the truth is some of you are hanging out with some fucking fools. Some of you are hanging out with people who are just waiting for their opportunity to, you know, ride your coattails or nip on your ankles, or like sip off of the fruit of your labor. There is something about, I feel like some of you, they're just people, or this could even be jobs that you're connected to, where it's too heavy, or you're feeling too lonely. Some of you may have felt like you've acquired something, or you're feeling very masterful, and the effort that it took you to get to this mountaintop has made you hyper aware of the fact that you're up there by yourself. For some of you, and this is absolutely for me as well. So don't feel like I'm, you know, anything I'm saying to y'all, if it's happening to you, it's happening to me. You know, if it's not you, it's me. If it's not me, it's you. And so we are these divine fractals of each other. And so that's how I am able to get into, you know, such clear and concise and specific, you know, readings and stuff for you guys, because I can like tune into those like cracks or crevices, how it feels like. And the Fool comes out, and I do feel like some of you are in a position to start over or to move, or maybe there are people who are negative influences around you who are moving, or you're no longer around these people. And I do feel like it's a low-key blessing. Like some of you, you already know. Getting out of where you live, or getting out of the city, getting out of the area that you're in, and moving into a place where there's more nature, I feel like is really important. Are there any other truths about the company that we keep? The Devil. And then the Page of Cups reversed. So for some of you, there may be somebody with Capricorn or Aquarius placements that specifically Aquarius highlighted. Or this could just be Aquarius season, where these little things are going to be coming up about what's going on with these toxic attachments. Some of you are in or some of you are very rooted or grounded or connected to these relationships that like have you caught up in a web, have you caught up in sticky situations, have you caught up with people that are very temperamental, or very like, I feel like trigger happy, I want to say, or they're very like like hard for you to read. These people, I feel like some of you are connected to people who are very possessive, controlling, conniving. And the Page of Cups reversed is like, I feel like some of you, there's another hint or a nod here to the hyper prioritization of the romantic relationship. So let's get clear on this. Please clarify the Three of Wands. What do we need to turn our back on? There's something about getting out of survival mode. The Ten of Swords. Time to turn your back on this old, outdated version of yourself, this old, wounded version of yourself, the version of yourself that keeps you from reaching for the stars, that keeps you from searching for the man in the moon, for searching for magic in the sky, and from, you know, whatever version of you is keeping you from doing this inner child work, or going back to this place of healing. I also feel like some of you, there's someone with ginger hair that you're still needing to heal from, or they are still connected to you, or they're still like longing for you or looking for you in some sort of way. Some of you are just like, why am I still thinking about this person? It's like they're actually thinking about you. They're actually like still, there may be some sort of access point or cord you're needing to cut, and really establish your sovereignty, establishing your dominion, your power, to set a new foundation that prioritizes you, and that you're not making decisions or that you're not motivated from a place of pain or motivated from a place of prodding or anxiety or others' expectations, that you're really doing the inner work to like connect with who you are and reconnect with the motivations that you had before you were someone's girl, before you were someone's guy, before you were someone's partner, someone's spouse, someone's husband or wife, or someone's mother or father. You know what I mean? It's time to really reconnect with that deepest core part of yourself so that you can really acquire a different kind of freedom. The Fool coming out here. Please clarify the Fool. I do feel like it's time to travel light. And it's like, you can't travel, this is not traveling light. The Ten of Swords, like carrying around all of these people's opinions, all the cares about them. Six of Swords, yeah, I feel like it's time to not be a groupie and keep it moving. It's time to get out of this mindset where it's like there's this dark cloud hovering over you, or this waiting for the other shoe to drop. I feel like some of you, it's getting out of this mindset of turbulence and moving towards peace, getting out of a situation that you know your ass shouldn't be in anymore, ultimately. So you can get to a place where it's more stable and you can drop that anchor. You know what I mean? I feel like getting to a place of peace, getting to a place where you can appreciate the peace. You know what I mean? You're not so caught up in the cloud. You're able to really ground yourself and get rooted in a new mindset and a new belief once you get in motion and shed all that heaviness or all of the connections from the people, you know, who are just living rent-free in your head. I feel like there are some ideas, some callings, things you're longing for, some things that you really, really want, things that you're really wishing for this season that need to be rooted and grounded in your actions. Understanding that ultimately, yes, you can make all these intentions and you can get very specific with yourself and get really specific with the divine and watch it, make vision boards and look at the things that you wrote and read it out loud and do the affirmations. You can do all of those things, but your actions have to reflect your desired trajectory in life. God needs to be able to, the spirit, your ancestors needs to be able to look at your life and be like, okay, they're going and this is what they're trying to accomplish. It's very obvious. They talk about it. The lovers, they communicate about the things that they're passionate about. And they don't have fear of saying what they actually want in the face of of something that makes them nervous, or someone that makes them nervous. It's like you can really stand up and speak up for yourself and up for your desires, because I do feel like the truth is there's going to be some demons to face, some heaviness to face, some cords to cut. And they may be with really like toxic situations or toxic connections, or you just may start to see these people really shift. Please clarify the Devil. Because I do feel like there may be somebody with Capricorn or Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo placements as well, that they may be learning different behaviors or learning different ways from observing you. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like, interesting, Ladybug, there are people that see you as good luck. Their luck improves when they're around you, and be careful of that. Be careful that no one's just siphoning your energy. You can improve people's lives, but also maintain your own energy. I feel like someone sees you as good luck, or someone, excuse me, that you see as your good luck charm or your ladybug or something of that nature. There may be a trip that goes wrong, or something weird that happens on the trip, or a trip that it's like it's time for this person to get out of their comfort zone. This is an opportunity for them to really get out of their comfort zone. There may be the people with Capricorn, Aquarius, or Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements. I feel like there are unexpected trips, or like things that you plan for fun or recreation end up being really intense or emotional. Things like that. It's just like it doesn't end up going as planned. And I'm not saying that your travel plans are fucking doomed in any sort of way. I just feel like they end up being more poignant than you expect. Or your interactions with these people end up being more emotional, or more like, yeah, the world. It's like they elevate you in some sort of way. This is, again, Capricorn or Aquarius. This Saturnian energy is coming in, and I do feel like, I think it's the 4th, February 4th, the Sun and Saturn conjunct come together in Aquarius. And I do feel like there is something about breaking free from these old cycles, these old habits, the old way of operating, Chariot reversed, the way that you normally have gone about the victory, the way that you normally strive for change, and the way that you overcome your obstacles is changing. And I feel like for some of you, it's been a slow ride. It's been slow going. And that's about to alter. Page of Cups reverse says, I do feel like some of you, there's a discovery of feelings that you're repressing. It's a need for your inner child may be repressed. There's a need to really get more play, get more romantic, get more sweet. Please clarify the Page of Cups reversed. The Knight of Swords just came out. And I do feel like there are radical shifts in the mind that are really going to move you forward, really elevating, being able to really paint your new existence in these Aquarian clouds, and calling in your 10 of Cups. As above, so below. You really like making sense of your shadow, your darkness, the things that you don't want seen, the things that aren't comfortable for you to talk about, the ways that you may be jealous, or your possessiveness, or how you want to be loved, or how you want someone to care about you. Or I do feel like what you want is coming in, and I feel like you can manifest it. You absolutely are in the position of manifesting it. And I feel like you're going to start having dreams about your partner. They may really be into hats, which is something that's weird. Or they may adorn their head in some sort of way. They may have like really long hair, or really like crazy dreads, or something about their hair, or about hats, or about their aesthetic. There may be somebody coming in that is a professional, or dresses very professionally, or dresses in a way that is opposite of you, or this person, this union that's coming in. I do feel like this discovery of feelings is going to catch you off guard. The Sun reversed. Yeah, it's something you don't see coming. I feel like something that gets blindsided. Something in some sort of way you get blindsided. And I want to clarify the Lovers, actually, because I do feel like there are things that you start to communicate to the divine that start to really, really manifest quickly in that full moon in Leo on February 16th. Please clarify the Lovers. I feel like that's something that we don't see coming in, are these like people that we can really be ourselves with. Romantically, platonically, people that you do have, maybe you do have sex with them, maybe you don't. But I feel like either way, it's like this particular kind of union is coming in, and you don't have to work for it. It's something that I feel like you've been putting a lot of energy and time and focus into. Eight of Pentacles reversed, but you don't have to put in, you're going to start to notice how effortless this is, because you've already put the time in the spirit. And now it's like this beautiful thing can bloom and grow in the physical because you've put so much time in the spirit, talking about it, being really like consistent about what you want. And let's say you haven't put in a lot of time. You're just now starting to get really clear. Understand, you getting consistent and talking about it and writing about it and being really open with yourself and communicative with others puts you in a position to really start to like turn your back on the struggle that you used to associate with manifestation and with bringing in whatever it is that you want, because it's just a matter of aligning with it. It's already there. It's just a matter of you catching up to it. It's already there. You just got to break yourself free of this old mindset of how things have to be or that they have to logically make sense. This is a season of the abstract. Yes, it's a time to be it can be very logical, and it can be very cerebral, but it also is very abstract. And I also feel like the Wheel of Fortune coming out says that these are very heart-based decisions that get made for you. You get this is divinely orchestrated. This is the unions that are coming in are very much so a part of the plan. And as much as we love to think ourselves as special, I feel like we are absolutely special, but we're also like these very specific mystical cogs in these wheels that need to be turned. And because our trajectory is changing and where we're going as a species is evolving, and we need to get really, really, really comfortable with the process of expansion, of blooming, of being seen, of being confident, of being our whole selves, letting our freak flags fly, letting ourselves be our whole selves, raw, beautiful, natural, communing again with nature in ways that we may, it may never be mainstream again to connect with nature the way that we're meant to, but some of us are doing it. I do feel like Queen of Wands, you get really confident in yourself and you're going to start attracting in the right people that have what you need to create a healthy collective and to create a healthier existence. And so that's the second part that I want to ask, what do we need to do to acquire these friends and establish this community in these higher places where we really want to be? So hydrate. Take a deep breath, because I know we're really going there. And what steps do we need to take to acquire these friends and build these communities in higher places? Gosh, they're just popping out everywhere. The Knight of Cups. You got to put your heart out there, babe. You got to be willing to let your art live outside of you. Let your passion live outside of you. Pursue the things that you want. Approach people. Compliment people. Ask people to hang out. 33:33 on the clock. You want to build something new. You want to build a new foundation. You want to create new connections. You want to create new loves. New habits in life, new habits in love, new habits in recognition and healing and connecting with the divine. You want to co-create that? You got to get outside of your comfort zone. And for some of you, it's about you putting yourself out there, you offering your cup, you offering your heart, you getting comfortable playing your heartstrings, showing people your heartstrings, and allowing yourself to receive the offers. For some of you, you're too closed off or too hard to access. God, these cards are just everywhere. The Magician. Yes, you got to advertise yourself. I'm serious. Like, you've got to be able to understand and articulate what is special about you and what you appreciate, so that you can really draw in and attract people who are like-minded. The way that we acquire these friends in higher places and that we build communities in higher places is another Mercury card. This is effective communication. We got to be willing to put ourselves out there and reach for people who have the tools, reach for people who have the skills, the talents, and who are also looking for what you're looking for, seeking what you're seeking. People who are able to pull these, a rabbit out of a hat, who can really make things happen. I feel like you have to start talking about what you want. If you want to see it happen, write it down. That's law. Some of y'all go listen to Goddess Code. I don't know the name of the girl who sings that, but if you search on Spotify or wherever, Goddess Code is the name of that song. Four of Wands. I feel like it's really time to effectively communicate with the divine and yourself, the kind of people you want to be around, and also when you are around these people finally and they come in, what kind of festivals and events and activities do you guys want to do? Can you start to create that, initiate those in your community? Can you start to actually do something authentic and conscious and raw? Not for the sake of money, just for the sake of elevation, for the sake of building something real, for the sake of building something sound, something stable. I feel like how you can acquire them is by really looking at your aspirations. What do you want to do? It's not just like, the things I want to manifest, I want to be a millionaire, I want money. It's like, okay, so what do you want to do with that money? What do you want to do with that abundance that you keep asking the divine for? What do you want to build? What do you want to create? How do you end up, or how do you plan on leaving your campsite better than it was when you arrived? And some of you don't feel like doing that shit. You don't feel like that's something you want to do, and that's between you and the God of your understanding. But I can tell you what, you have the opportunity to leave this campsite way better than it was when you arrived here. And I do feel like it is all of our responsibility to figure out what our role is and how to improve the planet in this three-dimensional space and all this energy that we share. And I feel like there are people around you who are interested in doing who are a direct part or a link in the chain of your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing. There's something that's why you can't do it alone. That's why you can't get to that level you want to get at to yourself. Exactly, 2 of Cups. Because 1 + 1 makes 2. And what you're doing, someone else has the other half of it. And that doesn't mean you're always going to be relying on someone else. But I do feel like there is something about the balance that you're seeking. The other piece of a puzzle is found in another person. And regardless if it's romantic or platonic or familial or a mother-daughter or a father-daughter or whatever kind of relationship it is, there is a piece that you're missing that's to be found in another person, because we're not supposed to be doing this alone. We're not solitary creatures. And I do feel like you getting comfortable with creating this union internally within yourself puts you in a position, puts your other person, these other people that are a part of your story, it puts us all in this position to really link up and align with each other. You cultivate the union internally and it'll materialize externally. It's like science. It really is at this point. Just the same way, have you ever noticed whenever there's a lot going on, a lot of chaos in your mind, your room is a mess? Pay attention. Little things like that. What's going on internally always ends up finding a way to manifest externally. It's your subconscious mind's job. And so I do feel like you coming into union with yourself puts you in a position where you feel safe and sound to come into union with others and to really tear down this old way of doing things. Let these old foundations crumble so that you can experience that internal humbling, that internal softness, that internal weakness, and really redefine what strength is. Redefine your relationship to your solitude. Understand the power of the solitude, the tool that the solitude is. And no longer going into hermit mode to isolate or guard yourself. Going into hermit mode because you understand the power of it. The power of getting away from the conformity, of getting away from the mainstream, getting away from the crowd. Letting all the bullshit fall away. Clearing out your mind. Reminding yourself of your connection to spirit, your connection to nature, your dominion, your power. And that's found internally. So let this new moon in Aquarius, let these intentions be really, really specific about what, because understand things are going to be manifesting for sure and materializing. Those seeds are going to germinate in this full moon in Leo. In a different level, and a different layer of things. I do feel like some of you, it's time to come out of hermit mode. There may be a love offer coming in from someone with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements. I feel like don't shy away from people because they're older, or don't shy away from people because they're not as financially established as you want. There's still sound connections and things of wisdom you're able to acquire through these people. There may be somebody with Gemini or Virgo placements coming in that really wants to establish something with you, or you're seeing consistency from this person. Some of you, they want to get married, they want to take the relationship to the next level, they want to travel, they want to party with you, and I feel like it's whenever you are in a place of fun, in a place of union within yourself, you feel really comfortable. You feel safe and comfortable to be in union with other people. And for some of you, this is a deep discovery of feelings and a deep discovery of love. Talking about marriage, talking about moving in together, talking about getting to the next level, talking about what the next level is for you. And for some of you, I feel like there's connections that are coming in that are crumbling down your old desires. Your old ways of protecting yourself, your old desires of intimacy and connection. Some of y'all, it's like, oh, I'll never live with a partner. I don't want to be with anybody like that. Or I don't want to, you know what I mean? And it's like there's something coming in that like blows away your old way of doing or being or believing. They may have Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius placements. But ultimately, it's really important for you to set these new moon intentions. Is there any messages about the intentions that need to be set? Final card, final messages. Is there any messages? Are there any messages about the intentions that we need to set for this new moon? 5 of Cups is the first card that I saw. So these new intentions do not need to be stemmed in remorse or regret or fear or loss or insecurity. It's about getting out of this place of conflict in your heart and your spirit. 6 of Pentacles. The intentions you create need to make sure that they need to make, whatever intentions you're creating, don't set yourself up for something that's imbalanced. You need to ask for balance in these connections or these intentions that are coming in. Judgment reverse. Some of you, the intention has something to do about something the divine already told you about. You already know what this is. Some of you, you're running from a decision that needs to be made. And the decision that needs to be made, or the truth that's coming in, is that there's someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Scorpio placements that I feel like is really going to shift some things for you. It's going to help You can't make these decisions from a place of indecision or a place from not being willing to look at it, or it being too intense, or you being too scared to make decisions. You need to make decisions from very informed, willing, open, non-judgmental, logical, yet philosophical place. And that requires balance. And you can't acquire that balance if you're ignoring the trumpet of truth that's been sounding in your life. And the trumpet of truth for some of you has been saying, get out of this imbalanced, miserable ass situation that you're in. And I'm sorry to put it that way. I love you. But the tea is hot, and the tea done spilled long time ago. And some of you are in situations where they got more tea than you do, and if things feel things feel unfair, or why did they get more tea than I did? Why did they get poured into first? You know, things like that. It's just like the divines told you to get out of these miserable ass situations. For some of you, these are friendships where y'all are just, all y'all do is trauma bond. All y'all do is talk about the tea. All y'all do is talk about the bad times. All y'all do is gossip. All they do is try to get information out of each other. Shit like that. It's just like, stop it. Stop it. There's more. There's more that wants to come in for you. It's way too many cards, and I'm not taking that. So, final card, final message. 3 of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck. Your friendships will be impacted. Trust and believe me. Some of y'all are done with these old cycles of friends, old circles of friends. You're done with the loops, done with the drama, done with the childish, immature games. And what you did as a child, okay, cool. But it's like, now that you're an adult, like, it's time to set away the childish shit. And for some of you, it's drinking. For some of you, it's substances or addictive qualities, or these unhealthy coping mechanisms, unhealthy relationships or friends. Maybe stuff is rooted in competition, or some of the people around you may be impacting your willpower, keeping you like feeling like dead weight. Or there could be people who you may be around people who don't believe in you, so you can't harness your willpower the way that you would if you were surrounded by support. King of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck. There are some people that want to come in that want to actually support your voyage, want to support you moving forward, want to support your rebuild, you leveling up. But you've got to come into that union internally so it can be reflected externally. That's the only, like, that's the big thing that's coming through here. So final card, I know I keep saying final card, but it's just like, this deck is so delicious. I love this deck. And it's just so expansive. Final card, final message, Page of Wands. I'm telling you, you initiate, and King of Pentacles reversed. Be done with this superficial bullshit. Be done with only wanting the money, or doing work for a check, or trying to get to the mountaintop. I feel like some of you, you're going to start to realize the things that you've wanted have been hella superficial. And there's a deeper alignment to the natural, primal, animal, like who you really fucking are. There's a deeper connection, and that energy, that capacity to push forward, to ascend, to climb. This Mars and Capricorn energy that's going to come in. For some of you, it's going to really push you to get to the mountaintop. It's really going to push you to aspire for more, but you're needing to really evaluate where you are harnessing this energy into. So the divine's saying, final card, final message, harness your energy into initiating a new relationship with yourself. Harness your energy into deeper introspection of the self, your current situation, how to get yourself out of the situation, how to use your wings, how to ascend, how to fly, how to grow, how to climb, how to do this for yourself, before you go and putting all of this energy into this new relationship that you're going to initiate. And understand that you can do both. You really can. You just got to be real with yourself. And you have to be hella self-aware. Hella self-aware. Harness practice that self-awareness in Aquarius season while it's all abstract, while you can be very matter-of-fact and direct and detached and look at it from, you know, this bird's eye view. Really allow yourself to look at yourself and your actions and really tune in. Are my actions a very clear reflection of where I'm trying to go? Because it's going to be revealed to you. I love you.